Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is the weekly market analysis. If you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, do also click on the subscribe button and smash notification bell to get notified whenever I post a new video. So another trading week has come to an end successfully. All right. Yes, we had a very successful trading week. 2 weeks ago, we entered into AUDJPY buys and then GBPJPY buys. All right. So those of you in the swing trading room knows what I'm talking about. All right. So for GBPJPY, we smashed the TP this week with 263 pips. And then for AUDJPY, we smashed a TP of 137 pips. And then again for GBPJPY, we are in another trade. All right, I posted another trade on the VIP group this week for AUDJPY, which is also another swing trade, and we are still in it. We are actually in profit at the moment. So that is how things are run. That is how things went for us, so far as a swing trading room, and of course the trading week went. All right. Yes, I also brought this week. I brought you daily market updates. All right, I brought you daily market update. I think I began on Tuesday. If I'm not mistaken, I think I began on Tuesday. So that will be coming day in, day out, so far as we have a very active trading week. All right. So that is why I said if you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, make sure you subscribe. All right. Don't forget to turn on the post notification so that whenever I post it, you will get notified as soon as possible, because the daily market update is something that you should be very attentive to. All right, you should pay attention to the daily market update. Just as I said previously some time back, I bring you the weekly market update, then on daily basis I bring you the daily market update. So the essence of the daily market update is to look at how the market is going, all right, based on what we forecast for the week. If there's any changes, it is within the daily market update that you know that, okay, so if we have any changes, or if we notice any changes within the week, you only get to notice it, or the only place I can draw your attention to is within the daily market update. So if at the end of the day you watch just the weekly market analysis and then you don't pay attention to the daily, you are doing yourself more harm than good. All right. Yes. So kindly take note of that. So it's a new week we are entering, and just as we normally do, we are here to look at what the market has how the market has performed in the just ended week and what is yet to happen so far as going into a new week is concerned. But before we begin, just as we normally do, let's look at the economic news calendar and see the red news that is up for us going into a new week. So on Monday is a bank holiday for the US. That is the Washington's birthday. All right. So that is going to be a bank holiday for the US. So expect some level of quietness going into the New York session on Monday. All right. And expect a closure of the market as early as 4 p.m. All right, if I'm not mistaken, that is London close, which is around 4 or 5 p.m. GMT. All right, that is after London close. All right, yes, that is London close. So after London close, there's nothing again to be looking for in the market. All right, so on Mondays, basically it's not even a trading day for me. So even if it's a holiday, it doesn't really affect me that much, or it shouldn't really affect you that much, because Monday is the first trading day of the weekend, so you don't have to rush things. All right. So that is just that for Monday. On Tuesday, February 20th, 2024, we have the Australian RBA meeting minutes. Then we have the card inflation rate for the month of January. Then we have the CPI trimmed mean year over year for the month of January for card. Then you have the CPI median year over year for the month of January for card. Then we have a balance of trade for the month of January for JPY. On Wednesday, we have the USD FOMC minutes. I've been saying this over and over again, and I'll continue to say it, that the FOMC meeting minutes or the FOMC minutes does not have any impact on the market. All right. It is seen here as a red news, but per my experience in the market for the past 2 years, FOMC hasn't really had any significant movement on the market. So whenever I see it, I just ignore it. I see FOMC, even though it's a high impact news, I see it as a low impact news, because I mean, we don't really see anything that happens in the market. So the meeting, the FOMC minutes is just, I mean, a report on what happened in the previous FOMC. All right, yeah. So take note of that. And then we also have the bank service PMI for Australia. We also have bank manufacturing PMI for Australia, all for the month of February. On Thursday, we have CPI for Greece, which is a Eurozone. Then also we also have the manufacturing PMI for France for the month of February, service PMI for the month of February for France. We have service PMI for the month of February for Germany, manufacturing PMI for the month of February for Germany. We have manufacturing PMI for the month of February for Eurozone, service PMI for the month of February for Eurozone. Then we have the service PMI for the month of February for GBP, manufacturing PMI for the month of February for GBP. Then you have CPI for the month of January for the Eurozone. We have retail sales year over year for the month of December. For CAD, we have retail sales month over month for the month of December. For Canada, yeah, that's the same as CAD. So yeah, we have retail sales excluding autos month over month for the month of December for CAD. We have continuing jobless claims as at 10th of February for USD, initial jobless claims as at 17th February for USD. We have jobless claims 4-week average as at February 17th for USD. We have the global manufacturing PMI for the month of February for USD, global service PMI for the month of February for USD, existing home sales month over month for the month of January for USD. We have existing home sales for the month of January for USD. Then we have the retail sales year over year for the fourth quarter for NZD, and retail sales quarter over quarter for the fourth quarter for NZD. On Friday, the 23rd of February 2024, we have the Emperor birthday. That is a bank holiday for Japan. All right, so I mean, expect some level of quietness during the Asia session. All right, yes, even though we have Australia and then Canada in there, but I mean, the volatility during the Asian session is going to reduce as a result of the bank holiday in Japan. So take note of that. We also have the GfK consumer confidence for the month of February for GBP. We have IFO business climate for the month of February for Germany. Yeah, so that is just start for the economic news or the economic calendar going into a new week. Yeah, so let's delve into the chat and see what is happening in there. So we normally start with the dollar index. So as it stands now for the dollar index, we've taken out the previous 20-day high, we've taken out the previous 40-day high. All right, and as it stands now, we had an impulse move on Tuesday. Then right after that, we saw price retracing to fill up that impulse move. All right, so far as Tuesday's low hasn't been broken yet, I'm still looking at price with pushing to the upside. All right, and even if we take out Tuesday's low and take out the sell side liquidity resting above the previous 40-day high, we still have this impulse move right here, all right, or we still have this order block sitting right here. So we can have situations where price can just move to take out this sell side liquidity and then tap into the opening of the bullish order block. Then we see a continuation to the upside. All right, the dollar index is still looking bullish. All right, yes, don't get it twisted. The dollar index is still bullish at the moment. So yeah, so for the dollar index, I'm still looking out for price to continue to push to the upside. All right, let's switch to the 4-hour and see. Yeah, so just as I made you aware in the last daily market update, this low is going to be my point of validation. All right, if price moves or if price takes out this low, then clearly we are coming into this zone right here. Don't forget this is this is an impulse move. All right, and impulse moves like this, if price should respect this impulse move, we'll just feel 50% of this impulse move before we see a push to the upside. Yeah, so that is just that for the dollar index. Let's look at what is happening on GBPUSD. Yeah, so for GBPUSD, price pushed to the downside. All right, we've seen price already pushing to the downside at the moment. All right, and so as it stands now for GBPUSD, price is trading between this range low and then this range high. All right, let me switch the 4-hour for you to see the direction on the GBPUSD. It's not so clear at the moment. All right, the direction is not so clear at the moment, even though we've had price tapping into this bearish order block we are seeing here. All right, yes, and so going into next week, for me to be able to take any bearish trade on GBPUSD, I want to see this low attack. All right, that is on a longer term basis. All right, yeah, so I'll expect to see price, since the dollar index is looking bullish. So since I'm expecting bullishness on the side of the dollar index, I want to see price violate and close below this low. Once that is done, then I'll look for entry to the downside, targeting first of all this low right here. All right, and then this low right here, that is the previous monthly low, that is on the for December. All right, the low that was made on December 2023. So that is my expectation so far as GBPUSD is concerned. But let's switch the 1 hour time frame to see if we can scale down or we can have some short-term movement. Yeah, so just as I said, all right, yeah, so this low right here, all right, that is Friday's low. So I'll expect to see price violate and close below Friday's low. Once I see a violation, a closure below Friday's low, then definitely I would start looking forward for selling opportunities, hoping to see price push to the downside. All right, yeah, so that is just that for GBPUSD. Let's quickly look at what is happening on AUDUSD. Yeah, so for AUDUSD, we still haven't really had price making any significant movement when price violated the previous 20-day low. All right, yes, and so as it stands now, so far as I'm looking out for a bullish dollar index, then inversely I'm looking out forward for a bearish AUDUSD, but it's not so clear at the moment. All right, it's not so clear at the moment. We can have situation whereby price will just move up to clear buy side liquidities, then we see a push to the downside. And so the range I'm looking out for is this range low right here. All right, this range low right here, and then this range high. All right, yes, so just below February's opening price. All right, yes, so that is the range I'll be looking out for. Let's switch the 4-hour and see. Yeah, so this low right here, all right, this low right here, and then this high right here. Remember, we have this impulse move right here, and so for price to change direction, I would want to see price take out this range. All right, fill up this and violate this bearish order block we are seeing here. Remember, this is a bearish order block. All right, this is a bearish order block. So we can decide to use 1, 2, 3, these 3 candles we are seeing here to represent our bearish order block. So price can just go into next week, move into this zone right here, and then you see a push to the downside. All right, I'm still bearish so far as dollar index is concerned. Sorry, AUDUSD is concerned. All right, yeah, so that is just that for AUDUSD. All right, yeah, so let's go what is happening on USDCAD. Yeah, so far as I'm bullish on the dollar index, the USDCAD, I'll expect to see USDCAD push to the upside as well. All right, we've already tapped into this bullish order block on the daily, and so I'm expecting to see a continuation to the upside next week. All right, yeah, so I don't expect to see price violate this low. All right, we have a 4-hour bullish order block right here. All right, you can decide to use this or use this. All right, yeah, so any one you use, kindly take note that it's acceptable. All right, let me just change the color here to differentiate. Yes, but here is the catch. If you are using this bearish order block right here, all right, if you are using this as your bearish order block, just take note that expect price to what, to fill 50% of the bullish order block. All right, expect price to fill 50% of the bullish order block at least before we see price. And then I mean, look at where the other order block, bullish order block I marked out line just as the 50% of this bullish order block right here. All right, yeah, so anyone you use, you are good to go. All right, but I would prefer this one. All right, the small one right here. Let me take this one off. I'll prefer to see price push into the tap into it, then you see a push up. All right, yeah, so going into next week, I'll look out for USDCAD to give me some bullish signals to enter into a long-term bullish trade, targeting first of all this high right here, and then the previous 40-day high. All right, yeah, so that is going to be my expectation so far as USDCAD is concerned. Let's look at what is happening on GBPJPY. So for GBPJPY, just as I told you, we took out a trade of what, 263 pips profit. Then we are currently in the trade, another trade. All right, I put another trade of which we are currently in, and so at the moment for GBPJPY, so obvious right now. All right, I'm expecting to see price continue to push to the upside. I don't want to see price take out this low. All right, let's switch the 4-hour and see. All right, yeah, so this is the trade I was talking about. All right, yeah, so we smashed TP. All right, yes, we smashed TP on GBPJPY, and this is the trade we are currently in, which is I'm coming. I want to see how much of a profit we are in at the moment. All right, so the trade we are in is currently running at 71 pips. I'm looking at price to take out what this low right here, and so going into next week, definitely I'm looking forward to price completing that. All right, so GBPJPY, I'm still bullish. Let's look at what is happening on AUDJPY. Yeah, so AUDJPY to same. All right, we've taken out the previous 20-day high. So my next draw on liquidity for AUDJPY is the previous 60-day high. I will need price to make out for a lower swing high once we've taken we've taken out a previous high. So sorry, a higher swing low. All right, here. So I'll need price to give me a higher swing low formation. Then we see a push to the upside. All right, let me switch the 4-hour and see. Yeah, so this is the trade we took on AUDJPY. All right, yeah, so that is just that. And I mean, I spoke about this fair value gap in my daily market update. All right, on Tuesday I spoke about this fair value gap, and so those of you that watch my daily market update, these are the things that you are going to benefit of. All right, look at how price tapped into the fair value gap, then we saw a move. All right, and then we saw a move to the upside, giving us, see, so if you'd have taken the trade, you would have banked 110 pips. All right, 110 pips on AUDJPY, which is very good trade, a very good trade. All right, yeah, so going into next week, I want to see price push to the downside to make out for a higher swing low, then we see a push to the upside. So AUDJPY, I'm still bullish on that one too as well. All right, yeah, so let's look at what is happening on the gold market. For gold, I'm still patient on this market. All right, yes, for some time now I haven't even placed a trade on gold. I'm still patient. All right, I'm still patient. Gold, it's a market that needs patience. If you rush into it, I mean, you smash your ass. Yeah, your ass will be smashed. All right, yes, even though price is going as I'm expecting, I'm not really seeing my entry criteria. All right, yes, I'm not really seeing my entry criteria, so I just have to relax and then see how price will go. All right, but at the moment for gold, I'm still expecting to see a push to the downside. All right, I'm still expecting to see a push to the downside. We had a fair value gap right here. All right, so this high and this low, it was a fair value gap, then price tapped into it. So going into next, I want to see price push to the downside to take out this low right here. All right, this swing low right here and the previous 40-day low. All right, if you should switch to the 4-hour time frame, I mean, you could tell, look at how price has reacted after we had this impulse move. All right, yes, so after this impulse move to the downside, it was just two impulse moves. All right, two impulse moves to the downside or two liquidity voids, and look at how long it's taking price to even fill up this impulse move. That tells you that the momentum of the gold market is still bearish. All right, there's still a bearish momentum within the market, and so going into next week, we have the bearish order block right here. All right, yeah, so worst case scenario, price, I'll expect to see price push into this bearish order block, then we see a continuation to the downside. Yeah, so I'll be looking out for bearish prices for gold so far as next week is concerned. Let's look at the NASDAQ. Yeah, so for NASDAQ, if we are just seeing price giving us a push to the downside. Let's switch the 4-hour and see. All right, yeah, so I marked out this bearish order block right here within my weekly market, sorry, my daily market update. All right, look at how price tapped into the bearish order block, then we've seen a move to the downside. So as it stands now, this swing low has been taken out. All right, this swing low has been taken out, and I've been saying that whenever you see price giving you this wick, it is not, I mean, it's very powerful. All right, most of the time price would just tap into that wick. All right, it is a wick on the 4-hour, but if you should switch into the daily, sorry, even the 2-hour or the 1-hour, like that, this is a candle. All right, and a bullish candle, of course. All right, worst case scenario, this should be a bearish breaker block on the 2-hour, on the 1-hour time frame. So I expect to see price push up into that, then you see a continuation to the downside. All right, yes, so for NASDAQ, I'm still expecting to see a push to the downside. All right, I'm still expecting to see a push to the downside. Yeah, so that is just that for NASDAQ. Yeah, so that is just that so far as the weekly market update or analysis is concerned. If you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, do also click on the subscribe button and smash notification bell so that you get notified whenever I post a new video. I'll be continuing the daily market update next week too as well. So make sure you don't miss it. Make sure you don't miss it. All right. Yeah. So I wish you all good luck and good trade. Peace.